Here's literally the exact way I would approach my boss. Hey Ian, I really appreciate you taking the time today. I wanted to have this conversation because today I learned that people that are burnt out and stressed are 23% more likely to visit the emergency room. Prior to the pandemic, 5% of employed people and 7% of unemployed people said their mental health was either poor or very poor. Today, well, those numbers have jumped considerably. Of people that suffered, over half of them said that mental health days was the biggest contributor to helping them bounce back. So today, you and I are going to talk a little bit about what are mental health days, and more importantly, how do you ask for one without, well, feeling anxious? Now, there's a lot to unpack here, but here's the TLDR. Mental health days are paid time off that companies provide to employees to give them the opportunity to rest and recharge. Let's face it, the weekend just isn't enough time to recover sometimes. You had a full work week, and then on the weekend, maybe you have to take the kids to a hockey tournament or a football tournament. Maybe you have guests coming over that are staying the weekend with you. Whatever it might be, you need that time to recover. But suddenly, it's 6 a.m. on Monday morning, and your partner doesn't know if they woke up next to you or Lurch. And that's where mental health days come in. These days are meant for one thing and one thing only. Whatever you want. Sleep in, meditate, cook a big, delicious breakfast, have a nap, work out, whatever you want to do, the world is your oyster on a mental health day. Now that you know what a mental health day is, let's talk about the signs for when you might need to take one. Similar to a traditional sick day, you need to listen to what your mind and body are telling you. And let's be honest, if you're here right now watching this video, you probably need a mental health day. And if you regularly experience 2 out of the 4 signs of burnout, you definitely need a mental health day. First one is difficulty sleeping. We've all been there. You get a message from your boss after hours that shouldn't bother you, but for some reason, your brain just won't let it go. And this only gets exponentially worse when you're lying in bed alone in the dark. Suddenly, your brain comes alive with the worst possible meanings or outcomes of that message. Do they think I'm stupid? Do they not like my work? Oh, I'm gonna get fired. The chances are, no. But tossing and turning for hours on end will absolutely hurt your performance at work. So by taking that mental health day, you give your body the opportunity to rest and recover so that you're able to do your best when you do go back to work. Another sign is recurring illnesses and sick days. Your body and mind are very, very linked. So sometimes when you feel physical ailments, they can actually be rooted in your mental. A mental health day in this case can give you the opportunity to take some time to do an audit of your health and wellness habits and make the changes that you need to have better health moving forward. Up next is trouble concentrating. Hello, you listening? If you're finding that your attention is divided amongst a bunch of different things and you can't get your brain to just hone in on one of them, you gotta take a mental health day. In this case, maybe that mental health day gives you the opportunity to check off some of those things on your task list that aren't work related. Maybe they're personal, maybe they're friends, maybe it's family stuff that you haven't had a chance to do, but it's still weighing on your mind. Taking a mental health day in this case can help take some of that pressure off so that you can focus on work when you need to focus on work, and family when you need to focus on family. Last but certainly not least, the biggest and most delicate issue we'll touch on. Anxiety is the way to tell if you need a mental health day. If you're chronically anxious, you can't do your best work. Because before the work is even done, you're already worried about what the result is going to be. So how can you really focus on putting your best foot forward if you're already worried about what the outcome is? For anxiety, I recommend using your mental health day for some serious self-care. Get a massage to relieve your body of some of the pressure that it's been holding on to. Or get a workout in to release some of that pent-up energy that you've been storing. So what burnout signs are you experiencing right now? Jump into the comments and let me know so I can make sure to focus on videos specifically for that sign. Now's the moment we've all been waiting for. We've talked about what mental health days are. We've talked about how to know if you need one. Now let's talk about how to ask for one. I know it feels icky and awkward, but when you know you need to take a break for the good of you and your work, you shouldn't have to feel guilty about that. So I'm going to share with you guys the 3 steps that I take when I ask my boss for a mental health break. First, write out a list of the reasons that you're asking for this mental health break. A lot of the time, it'll be because of the signs that we mentioned earlier in the video. When you put your thoughts to paper, it helps give you clarity on why this mental health break is in the best interest of both you and your employer. Next is taking an audit of your upcoming work so that you're able to best strategize when you can take this day off. let's be honest, if you're watching this video at, I don't know, 7:30 a.m. and you're trying to get the day off today, you're probably not gonna get it. You need to give your boss and teammates space to plan and prepare for your absence. For me, I like to write out the work that I'll have done in advance to let my boss know what I can cover, and then additionally have another list of things I'll specifically need them or other teammates to help watch or support. This way, you're able to take the day that you need and fully sign off without worrying about anything, while also making sure that you're not causing any unnecessary pressure and stress on your teammates and boss. Because the last thing that you want is for your mental health break to take a toll on somebody else's mental health, right? Here we go, this one's a doozy. We're talking the actual ask. If possible, I always recommend that these conversations happen either face-to-face if you work in an office, or over Zoom or something like Microsoft Teams if you work remotely. That way, you don't lose any of the context that you often can when you communicate over something like text, Slack, or email. Here's literally the exact way I would approach my boss. Hey Ian, I really appreciate you taking the time today. I wanted to have this conversation because it's been a little while since I've taken a day off, and I'm really starting to feel like I need some time to rest and recharge. From there, I would begin to talk about the planning and prep that you've already done to position you and the team for success while you're away. Make sure you're highlighting the length of time you're hoping to be away, the specific work that you'll have done in advance, and anything else that you'll need coverage on from your boss or from your teammates. Now, depending on how severely your mental health has been suffering, you may need more than one day. It's totally fine, it's totally normal. But I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you guys that the more time you request, the more information you'll have to give up about how you're feeling. And everyone's level of comfort with being vulnerable and sharing their feelings is different, especially in a work setting. So please just make sure before you do dive into this that you are comfortable sharing what it is that you're going through, what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you're thinking about. Now, there's also the chance that your boss will flat out deny your mental health break. They might not be supportive of mental wellness, or the company might not have a policy that actually supports this type of leave. For me, I would take this opportunity to really dig deep and understand, is this a person I want to work for? Is this an organization I want to be a part of? And is this work that even fulfills me in the first place? If you've been considering a career change but aren't sure if now is the right time, watch this video right here. Link's also in the description. It should give you some clarity on your decision making, so I'm hoping it'll help. Guys, you better put this into action right now. If you need a mental health break, don't put it off. And I'm dying to know how you plan on spending your mental health day, so let me know in the comments. I'm really passionate about mental health and anxiety in the workplace, so if you guys have any other video ideas or topics that you want me to touch on within this realm, let me know in the comments too. Feel free to connect with me directly on LinkedIn, and make sure to follow all of Uvaro's socials for career advice that isn't just about work.